Hello, today I want to talk about the changes in social dynamics that I've experienced in transitioning from being seen as a gay female to being seen as a cis male. So, when I was still living in the world as a gay female, I felt very comfortable in those spaces, in lesbian spaces and in gay spaces, but particularly in lesbian spaces. You know, that's not to say that I absolutely loved every single person that I would find in those places, but I definitely never felt threatened, and I felt appreciated, and I felt like, just comfortable. And I think even at the point where I was not on tea yet, but was going to start tea soon, and had figured out and accepted that I was trans and was going to transition, I could tell that I was going to be feeling not as much of a part of that community anymore. And I can say now at this point, it is different. I do feel like more of an outsider in those spaces. I don't feel like exiled or anything. Like, I'm still comfortable there, but I just feel like it's less relevant to me, and I'm more of an outsider, and I have friends there, but it's not the same kind of involvement and integration that I had pre-transition. Like, I feel like I'm just a guy in a lesbian space, which is okay. Like, if for example you go to like a lesbian club, there will be some guys there, but it's different than being a lesbian in a lesbian club. And I guess it's been kind of a shame to lose that space that I was really comfortable in, but the truth is, it isn't relevant to me anymore. Pre-transition, I didn't particularly feel comfortable in gay male spaces. I didn't feel uncomfortable, so to speak, but I felt like I was a bit of a stranger there, and I felt like, the opposite. It didn't feel relevant to me, unlike the lesbian spaces. And now I still do feel kind of like an outsider in gay male spaces. I don't feel like I've slotted in there at all. So I kind of feel, I wouldn't even know if I would say in the middle, as much as just like here are the spaces, and I'm kind of like over here somewhere. It's not like an instant switch from one or the other, or like a gradual line. It's just separate. And I've never really felt comfortable in straight spaces of, for example, the nightlife or clubbing, and I don't foresee myself becoming comfortable with that, just because it's not something that I can relate to at all. I don't feel like, I feel kind of invisible in all of these spaces, and that's been something that's changed a lot. Pre-T, I feel like, and other people pointed out that, people would stare at me a lot, and not necessarily in a good or bad way. Like, for example, it was often because people were trying to figure out how old I was, what gender I was, things like that. And, this happened a lot. And maybe in lesbian spaces, for example, it would be in a good way, because they thought I was like an attractive girl. And now I feel like that doesn't happen nearly as much, which is good and bad. It's good not having this unwanted attention all the time in public, of people questioning you. I don't know if people still try to figure out my age, but I don't get asked that anymore, or can't remember the last time I got asked how old I was, which is interesting, because I used to literally get asked that everywhere I went. So that's been a nice change, and not having people, harassing me about my gender because they can't tell. that is definitely a big weight off my shoulders. I mean, I never knew how to handle those situations, so it's nice to be able to blend in society in that way. But in the same time, it feels like a little bit of a loss not getting the positive attention that I used to be able to get more easily in certain contexts, like when you go out or when you go to a party or something like that. So, I mean, I guess that's something that I will just have to accept has happened. I think that's partially a social thing of women, or at least straight women, not feeling as comfortable approaching guys, and they're kind of more expected to approach girls in just, in social norms. It's not like a marginal rule, but I think that's a pretty commonly held belief, and it's different. I have noticed that I've been getting a little bit of attention from gay men, which is nice. Like, it's new to me, so it's pretty exciting and also very affirming to me, for them to see me not only as male but as an attractive male. I actually wanted to go into the dynamic that has changed with my friends, and on a more personal level and a less romantic level, like not as relevant to nightlife and going out and things like that. But this video is already pretty long, so I think that I will make that in a separate video, because it is also slightly different, but it's still something that changes in transition, so I will be sure to make that one, and I'll end this one here. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.